Hey guys, what is going on? Randall Thor 19 back yet again with a new review, this time of the newly released Watch Dogs 2. I bought the game, I finished the game, and I am ready to talk about what I thought about Watch Dogs 2. A sequel to Watch Dogs 1, obviously, a game that I felt wasn't very good. I thought Watch Dogs 1 was overhyped to the moon. I played it when it first came out, and I didn't really care for it very much. I think I gave that game a 5 out of 10. And if you don't know about my review scale, I actually use the entire scale from the 1 to the 10. So you will see kind of some crazy, scores a little bit lower than you think. Watch Dogs 1 to me was the definition of a mediocre average game, and that's why I gave it a 5 out of 10. But this is Watch Dogs 2. Is it any better than the first one? And I'm going to answer that right out of the gate. Watch Dogs 2 is better in pretty much every category compared to the first one. And I'm going to talk about those things. I think first and foremost, when you start the game up, I think you'll notice by how good it looks. And that's because of the city they chose, San Francisco. Now, I am a native Chicagoan. I live in Chicago, so I was excited when the first game was placed there. I'm like, finally, a game in Chicago, my home city, where I can go around and do stuff. But it was a bastardized version, a make-believe version of Chicago. It wasn't the real version. And Chicago can be kind of dark and dreary, especially during the winter and stuff. But this time they chose San Francisco. I mean, it's the home of Silicon Valley, where the tech industry, and there's a lot of this game deals with a lot of tech stuff, what they do with our personal data. So I thought San Francisco was a great choice, and it is. When you first start the game up, it is very sunny. There's a lot of colors. I think San Francisco, the city, almost is the star of this game because of how well it is replicated. I had a lot of fun just going around and looking at the city. There are these missions called Scout X you can do, which are kind of like collectibles, but you take pictures at well-known San Franciscoan locations. And I really enjoyed going around because I've never been to San Francisco, so going around in the game here and kind of seeing what San Francisco has to offer was pretty cool in my opinion. Next up, the first game, a lot of people didn't like Aiden, the vigilante. And now they give us a good guy, Marcus, and his hacker buddies. That's another thing this game is. This game is going for a different approach than Watch Dogs 1. You are the hero, essentially, in Watch Dogs 2. And when I say that, I mean, in Aiden, in the first Watch Dogs, he was a vigilante. He was out for revenge, to go against the people that wronged him, essentially. Marcus and the collection of people, the misfits, the hacker misfits that he hangs around with, like Wrench and a couple other people, they are just trying to do good in a bad world where corporations control everything. They're not bad people. I mean, they're presented as happy-go-lucky. Yeah, some of the humor. I mean, a lot of the humor in the game is basically hacker humor or millennial humor. Some of it is really funny. Some of it I found myself laughing at quite a lot, while some of it falls flat on its ass. But that's okay. But the two characters are different, and I like Marcus. I think Marcus is a better character than Aiden. So I enjoyed the characterization, but there's something wrong with this whole thing, which I'll get to later in the video, which is one of the reasons why I'm going to give the game a score that I'm going to give it. Next up is the gameplay. The gameplay has been refined. It's better. Like I said, pretty much everything in this game is better than Watch Dogs 1's. It looks better. It plays better. The characters are better. The story, I don't know. You could kind of, I don't know if Watch Dogs 1's story is better or if this story is better. But virtually everything is better in this game. They give you a lot of tools to accomplish your objectives in this. You have an RC car that you can use. You have a copter that you can use, right? And if you see this right here, I'm in this thing called HackNet. It's basically detective vision from the Batman games. It lets you see people through walls. I'm solving a puzzle right here. So a lot of times you'll find yourself in this HackNet to help you, plan your ways. I mean, essentially, there are missions in the game and you scout out, right? Because you can complete the whole game non-lethally if you cared to. They give you the tools. You can scout with the little the copter, send it up in the air, have it scout where all the enemy locations are, so it puts them in the hacknet. Then you can send out your little drone, and he can go around and silently take out people. And when everybody's gone, you can just come in, and usually they require you to like physically be there to hack something, but they give you the tools to go about and complete any of the missions other way you want it. If you want to go and beat a main mission completely stealth without being seen, you have the tools to do that. If you want to go through that mission guns blazing and just murdering everybody, you can do that. It's up to you how you want to play through the missions. I found it to be a little more satisfying when I played through it as stealthy as I possibly could, rather than going through it guns blazing. And there's a particular reason for that, which I'll get to in a minute, but I mean, if anybody's played the first one, the upgrade system is pretty much kept intact. The big thing about this game is you complete these missions and you live stream on the internet, and you get followers, which is basically XP. And the more followers you get, the more research points you get, which you unlock skills in your research tree. So you can have more charges for your hacking, or you can unlock engine overdrive for your car, a whole bunch of different random stuff. I mean, it's just like the first game. You accumulate points, and then you spend the points to get better. I had a great time with this game. I'm just going to say up front, I like playing the game. I think I enjoyed the game more at the beginning than I did at the end, because this is one of my biggest complaints about the game, and I had a couple Twitter conversations about this with some people, and conversations with people in parties. The game has a severe disconnect when it goes from the zany, funny, hacker, off-the-wall type comedy that it tries to do, and then when it transitions to the deadly serious stuff, it doesn't transition very well, and that's kind of disappointing, because I recently just got done with Dishonored 2, which expect my review soon. If you play that low chaos, which means you don't kill anybody, you'll get a different ending, and the main character actually interacts with people differently than if you play it in high chaos where you kill everybody. In this game, Marcus, like I said before, is presented as a great guy. He is a hero. He is hacking these people. He's called a hacktivist because he's hacking these corporations, because these corporations are doing slimy, shady stuff with all of our data that we, trust them, right? So he's exposing them. He's a good guy. But the problem, therein lies is that you can complete missions. Like, for instance, I stole this car from a movie set. But you can go through that movie set and just completely kill everybody there. But they're not really bad guys. They're just there to do their job. And that's the problem, is that because none of the dialogue and none of your character's interactions with you, he doesn't, like, if you were go complete that mission stealthily and not take care of anybody, he won't say anything about that. And it's the same thing if he goes and you kill everybody there. Nobody says anything. So there's this disconnect of, like, I kind of felt bad when I did have to kill somebody because Marcus is presented as such a good guy. Where in, like, Grand Theft Auto or even the first Watch Dogs, you're not really presented with that conundrum. And I think this game would benefit better if it had some sort of Dishonored low chaos, high chaos. Like, the game changed and dialogue changed and your character changed if you actually went through these missions and did them stealthily and didn't kill anybody, versus you were just a murdering psychopath. Because the people you are fighting in this game, while yes, you are fighting corporations, the people you're actually killing in this game are just doing their job. They're just hired security for firms and stuff like that. Like, they're not necessarily bad people. While there are bad people in this game, like, the majority of the people you come against aren't really bad, and that kind of bothered me to a certain extent. But I mean, I want to condemn Ubisoft Montreal. They made a better game than the first game. And I think people, if you liked Watch Dogs 1, you will like this game. If you like open world games, I think you will like this game too. Maybe some people will, some people won't. I'm going to give this game a 7 because I found the beginning of the game really good. I thought the end of the game lacked. The fact that the online does not work in this game 8 weeks later is troublesome. And like I said, I've already beat the game. I've put 25 hours in this game. I've beaten the story. I've done all the side missions. I played online co-op, but the seamless multiplayer that they touted doesn't work yet, and that's unacceptable, especially when you're giving them $60 for a product. I expect when I pay for something with my hard-earned money that everything they talked about should work. I'm not, and you know what, I'll usually give it a slide if it's a day or two, but it's been a week. It's been a week. And the seamless multiplayer in this game is still broken. Yet they patched the vagina. Ridiculous, right? I mean, where are their priorities? So yeah, this game gets a 7 from me. I think it's a good game. I had fun playing it, but it's not great by any sense of the word. There are better games to play. Should you spend $60 on this game? I don't know. If you're a fan of Watch Dogs and you're really into open world games, yeah, you should probably buy this game. Although, judging from the sales, this game's probably not lighting the charts on fire, so I would recommend waiting for a sale, because they'll probably be on sale pretty soon. What else? It's tough, because I like open world games, and I think there are better ones than this. Like, I would be like, hey, Sunset Overdrive's better than this game. Grand Theft Auto 5's better than this game. I have yet to play Mafia, so I'm not sure about that. It's just that Watch Dogs had such hype when it first came out that I think it burned a lot of people. And a lot of people aren't willing to give a franchise a second look, even though they should. And, you know, this is a good game. I'm not saying it's not. Please, a 7 out of 10 is a good score for me. There's just things wrong with it. I feel the disconnect between the main character and what he does in the story, the fact that the multiplayer is broken is inexcusable. But all in all, it's a good game. Check it out if you're a fan of Watch Dogs and if you like open world games. And with that, I'm gonna say goodbye. This has been Randall Thor 19. Check out my review for Dishonored 2 will be up pretty soon. I'm almost done with my second playthrough. I wanted to see as much as I could experience in that game before I talked about it. Don't forget, we got TXR Podcast Monday nights. You can follow me on Twitter, on Twitch. If you like the video, please like it. Please sub for new content, because I will be putting out daily content starting probably next week, if not sooner. And with that, guys, thank you very much for checking out the video. Tell me what you think in the comments section about how I can get better or what you would like to see. The return of Rant's Roundup is coming soon. It's going to be big. I'm trying to do a lot of things on the channel, so hope you guys have a good rest of the day, and I'll see you later.